Hello, I'm glad to be with you again. I am Segun Awolowo. I want to believe that you have subscribed to this channel. If you have not, do it now. You will get to hear so many amazing stuff that will help you to do well in business. Now, we're going to be doing something very important today. We're going to be looking at something very important that will help you to grow and stabilize your business. We'll talk about the role of patience in business. The role of patience in doing business. I know that everybody wants to blow. I mean, everybody wants to achieve, break the roof, break the ceiling. Everybody wants to achieve the best. But this is one thing that you have to understand. Rome is not built in a day. It takes time. For example, it takes 9 good months to carry pregnancy and for a child to be born. If you see a child that is born in 2 months, you need to run away. You need to pick race. Even at 7 months, we call them immature. And you have to go through a process that will make the child to become mature and become strong. What I'm saying is there is no need to put yourself under pressure. Everything that you see today is not something that started overnight and get to where it is overnight. One of the things that you must understand about the rule behind planting and harvest is that everything that you see as an harvest today was once a seed. And then the Holy Book says 2 seasons in man's life: seed, time, and harvest. In fact, and then the Holy Book says there are 3 important areas or seasons in man's life: seed, time, and harvest. 3 seasons: seed, time, and harvest. Something in between the seed and the harvest is that what you don't want to give attention to. You want the seed, you already have the seed, and then you want to jump into the harvest. One thing that you cannot overrule is the time. There is need to consider time before you move from seed to harvest. Unfortunately, many people don't want to go through that process of time. So I recommend to you, take time, pay attention to all that you need to pay attention to. If you want to stand strong and stand the test of time as an entrepreneur in business, learn to work with time before you can achieve something substantial. I know you've heard stories of people who are motivated quite a lot of people by saying, I started my business and then in 1 year I assumed this level. I know you have heard that story, but can I tell you to calm down? It also depends on the kind of business that you're doing. If you want to produce something of substance or something of value, you need to learn to pay attention, to go through the process and the procedure of running and building your business. So patience is a skill, and at the same time is an asset. It is very important. It's both a skill and it's an asset that you must invest into your system. One of the things that you have to understand is that sometimes it will take you 5 years before you can rise to a point where your business stabilizes. And sometimes you see somebody whose business is just 2 years. No, you can't compare yourself with a business. And for example, you see someone who had gotten money from a father or his mother or his family, friends and relatives, and then you are there all by yourself. You have no uncle, you have no father, you have no aunt, you have no mother to give you a dime, and you have to start your business by yourself. And then it will take you time to understand that the same opportunity that you have may not be applicable to the opportunity that the other person have. And then you have to learn that it will take you a little time to be able to get to the point where the person has gotten to. And so take time to run through the process and procedure of building what God has given you as a business, and then you wait. That is another important factor that you must pay attention to. Another word for patience is to wait. I love what the Holy Book says. If a man dies, shall he live again? And Job said, all the days of my appointed time I will wait until my change comes. There is always a time that is called until. It's a season of your life, and when you wait, you get to a season when your change comes. Change is something that is constant in life and in business growth. Change is something that is constant. I remember when we started a business that we're doing now, it felt like we were not making progress. It felt like we were not achieving anything. But one of the things I will tell you is that I gave it time. I kept giving my best to it. I kept pouring my life into it. I kept giving my attention to it. I kept investing into it. And then it got to a point that the business began to produce. It began to yield little product, little harvest. And then it began to show to people, because at the time that you are running business, people may not even recognize that you exist, but you keep attending to it. You keep watering it. One thing that you must also learn is this: when you are planting a seed, many people may not see you. And this is what I would describe it as. When you put a seed into the ground, people don't recognize it. People don't see it. People don't notice it. And then people don't even know that something exists, but you keep sowing the seed. And when you sow the seed, there's one thing that you must also do, which is to begin to water the seed that you have sown. And let me recommend this to you. In watering your seed, one of the ways is by being positive, speaking positive words into the seed that you're sowing. Don't come to say this business cannot even survive, this business cannot even do well. You keep speaking positive words. Every time you walk into your shop, you speaking positive. Even when you open the shop and for a whole day you don't make a sale, you keep speaking positive. What you do at that time is you are watering the seed that you are sowing. Don't speak negative things. When you speak negative words, what you're doing is that the seed that you sow, you are using your hand to uproot them yourself. And then as you keep sowing the seed, you keep watering the seeds. And pay attention to this. It's a process that you must learn in business sustainability and business growth. There are times when it looks like what you are sowing is not producing any result. If you're going to survive in business, you must continuously engage in the process of sowing seed. The fact that you sowed seed yesterday does not mean that you will not sow tomorrow. Remember, seed, time, harvest. It's a continuous life process that you must engage in. So because you sowed yesterday does not mean you will not sow tomorrow. So you keep sowing and then watering. As you keep sowing and keep watering, you realize that a time will come that the seed that you sow will begin to sprout from the heart. You begin to show that something is happening here, and then it goes to the point where you begin to see green leaves, and then before you know it, a tree is formed, and then you begin to see fruits from the tree. And then when that happens, that's when people begin to look at you as if you are lucky. No, you've gotten through processes and procedures of growth process That is very important. So my encouragement to you, my dear entrepreneur, give it a time. Don't quit the business. You need to learn to wait a bit more. Don't stop running the business. You need to learn. It's almost 15 years now, if not more than 15 years. I'll tell you what, I found myself in situations that it felt like stopping what we're doing now. It felt like quitting what we're doing now. Learn to be patient. Don't be in a hurry to achieve. Don't allow anybody to put you under pressure. You don't have a car yet and you have started business for 5 years. You just keep doing it. You keep giving your best, giving your attention to it, giving your all to it. A time is going to come that having cars will be the easiest thing for you to do. That's something we call bootstrapping in business. What that means is you keep investing back. You keep putting back the resources. You keep putting back the money that you make in business. That's what I mean by sowing seed. You keep putting back the resources. And then what you're doing is you're solidifying the business. You're solidifying the business. And this is a process that will determine a lot of things. And one of the things you have to understand is what kind of business you want to do. You want to be a business that you just want to do just for me and my family. If you want to build something of substance that will attract many more people and will attract investors into your business, you must understand that you have to lay the foundation well enough, strong enough to be able to stand the test of time. I'll give an example. COVID came in 2020, and then you can be sure that not many businesses survive. Not many businesses survive that problem. Not many businesses were able to come out of COVID. A lot of businesses died. Practically died. It is simple. It is reason because they did not have enough strong tap root to survive the challenges that came during COVID. And so I advise you, keep sowing, keep watering and building that business. Allow time to work for you and in your favor. And I know that whatever it is that you're going through now, let me encourage you, it's going to be fine. That business is going to stand strong. It's going to produce for you. I want to say it specifically to you right now. That business is going to yield. For you, I know you have done a lot and it looks as if nothing is coming for. But I'm trusting that as you put a little bit more effort and energy on waiting, you will get the harvest of all the seeds that you have sown into that business. So my encouragement, wait. Don't be in a hurry. It will work for you. I hope you've gotten something today. Don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel. My name remains Segun Awolowo, and God bless you. I'll see you at another time.